Hey everybody, Goat here, back with another video covering the different god styles of Smite, and on this one here we are covering the Hunter. I went with the Mage before, so it made sense to go with the ranged ones, and I was really enjoying the Hunter. It just took me a little while to get used to how they played different than a Mage. You still want to hang back, you still want to do your damage at range, but there's some major differences in how you use your abilities and your auto attacks. So let's dig in here and kind of go in depth on what's going on here. So what is a Hunter? The main thing of the Hunter is it is your range DPS, and they do their damage with their auto attacks or basic attacks or whatever you want to call them there. They do some damage, don't get me wrong, with their abilities, but that's not where it usually comes from. Those are like a utility for escapes, for heals, for stuns, and most of their damage is going to come from crits and come from firing those bows or throwing those ranged items. I think one guy uses a bolo, all the things like that. So, what are the different ones you should pick? Well, the three you'll see here on the right are the three I would recommend. Artemis, Cupid, and Neith. Neith, I believe, is available as a starter. Cupid and Artemis are both very cheap, and they're quite useful. The other ones, they're a little more complicated, and they cost a little more, so I'd say dig into it here with these ones and see what you think. With Neith, the Broken Weave, you'll see those on the ground. You can use those for extra damage and extra healing. Spirit Arrow is a stun, Unravel is a heal, Backflip is an escape, gets you away from things, and your World Weaver, that allows you to snipe across the map, basically. Anywhere, as long as the guy is visible, you can shoot them, and it stuns them, and a lot of times you can use it as a finisher, somebody who's running away. Cupid here, he's actually pretty good. That Heart Bomb does a lot of damage and can stun. The Share the Love, you can heal your entire team. It drops 3 little hearts out. Flutter allows you to shoot fast and run away, so you can either get in or get out of trouble. And Fields of Love is a huge AoE damage. Now there's some notice that you're going to see it on the ground. People try to run from it, but if you land the stun first, it's going to do a lot of damage. So then Artemis, the other thing, her cool thing, Still Target, that allows you to build up your crit by 15%, after 3 stacks build up. That allows you to crit a little more often and do more damage. The first thing there can stun them. It doesn't, it's not all that useful. The other two allow you to fire faster, to do a poke damage at range, and to fire that boar off that will go out and stun gods in the area. I actually use it as an escape or a, hey, we're going to go into a big fight. So what do you do as a Hunter? Well, mainly if you're playing in the Conquest mode, you're going to want to stay behind your tank, your Guardian class. Usually you're going to end up on the left lane here. That is the duo lane, as most people will call it. If you're playing in other game modes, same thing. Hang near the back, use those auto attack abilities. Don't use your regular abilities too often. You'll run out of mana like I did there, but luckily he was low enough. Your mana isn't there like it is for a mage. You're not just going to burn it up. You're going to stay in the back and fire things off and keep hitting people to build up your attack speed and damage. So speaking of which, how are you going to build? Devourer's Gauntlet here. This is a big one to get to start off. That is going to start building up your physical lifesteal and physical power. Then there's the 2 different boots you can go with. I suggest getting the Ninja Tab Eye so you can up your attack speed, but that's kind of dependent on your build. The Warriors will also work for the extra power. It's up to you. Asai is a great one for new players because you're also going to get more lifesteal, more attack speed, more penetration so you do more damage. Ichivial, I can't even say that right, but that's another good one you can throw in there. I've been going more towards Ichi more often. Then the Executioner, you're going to attack faster, you're going to do more damage. I mean, that's a given. You want that. You're going to fire those auto attacks off. You're going to keep doing that. That's your bread and butter. Then down here to Rage, that builds up your critical strike chance, and the more that you don't critical, you will. That is one you can swap out when you're not using Artemis. It builds it up. If you don't land hits, you'll get better chance to critical. Deathbringer means when you do get a critical, you're going to have it increased by 50% for the full amount of damage. There's your basic build. You can swap a couple things out. That Shifter Shield is a great defensive item. That'll help you out if the other team's pushing real hard. Malice is just below that. That's another good one too. That will, if you're landing crits, especially if you're like Artemis, you could sub out Rage for that because Artemis is already building up some critical chance. That allows you to get a nice passive in there, so you will be landing more damaging critical hits. So that's what you're looking for. Critical hits, lifesteal, and attack speed, and of course power. Now to go over to like your actives, and I should say there's all the actives there. What you're going to want to be looking at is if you don't have a great escape, greater sprint will help you out. Greater purification, that's a good thing. Somebody stuns you, you don't have much defense. Pure, or beads as people call it, purification. That's a great one. The Greater Aegis, that's another good one to allow you, oh, somebody's going to ultimate on where you're standing because you're stunned. You can activate this and you won't take any damage. The difference between the two, the Pendant and the Aegis, are the fact that one you can move with, the other one you can't, but they have different cooldown times. Play it by ear, see which one works better for you. Those are both great things to have. So, what are you going to end up doing when you get out there? You are going to hopefully stay behind your guy, get in there, get those kills. And, you know, when you head out into the game, you want to be just poking away at everybody, stay in that left lane, and then later on you're going to go out and you're going to be kicking ass just like this, like Hog and I were doing. That is what you're looking for. If you guys like this, you have any questions, make sure you drop them down there in the comments, and we'll catch you on the next one.